On August 12th, the sky blinked. Right on schedule, the moon slid in front of the sun, and in a narrow stripe across our planet, day switched off. So, how was it for you? Welcome back to What and Why, days after the show of the decade. No countdown this time. Today, we replay what the sky just did, what you saw, what you asked me, and why the show isn't over yet. First, the deep end of the pool. Iceland went first, its first totality since 1954, Reykjavik's first in almost 600 years. And Iceland drew the grey. Clouds parked over the west just in time. But here's the thing, under those clouds, night still fell, to the minute. Harbor lights snapped on, the seabirds went silent, the wind picked up. The sky doesn't need an audience. Then Spain, and Spain won the lottery. A golden evening sun low over the horizon, and then a black sun wearing a crown of light. One watcher said it looked like a hole punched in the sky. Crowds counted down, cheered, and rose to their feet together. Most of us weren't in the stripe. We got the bite. Madrid, more than 99% covered, and still not night. London, a deep bite. Trafalgar Square filled up with strangers passing Eclipse glasses down the line. Washington caught a small bite just after lunch. And remember what we said? Even 99% is not night. That last sliver of sun is blinding, which is why the glasses stayed on the whole time. Well done. So, how big was your bite? Tell me in the comments, city, percentage, and what it felt like. Now watch it from above. The shadow touched down in the Arctic just after 5:30 European time, sprinted across the top of the world, brushed eastern Greenland in the late afternoon, and crossed Iceland. Reykjavik's minute of night arrived at 17:48, exactly when the chart said, clouds or no clouds. 3,400 kilometers an hour over Iceland. Then it slid down to Spain for the sunset finale, totality at 2027, and ran out over the Mediterranean. Start to finish, the whole show took about 4.5 hours. We drew this exact path on this exact map 18 days ago in episode 1. The sky kept the appointment to the minute, and then what the world saw and where we were in it. Look at that. A black circle, a silver crown, an orange horizon. 3 lights that are never on stage together. And this one is the checklist coming through. I told you before the day, look down. Every gap in the leaves became a tiny projector. And here's my favorite part. Almost everyone in this community watched from outside the path. Rooftops, far countries, live streams, same sky anyway. So, for the record, what did you see or wish you'd seen? Comments below. Best stories get pinned this week. Your top 3 questions from Europe Eclipse answered fast. 1. Why did the birds go quiet? Because as far as they could tell, night fell. Bedtime rules kicked in. It really happened. Watchers in Iceland heard the seabirds stop all at once. 2. What was that glowing ring? The corona, the sun's outer atmosphere. August 12th was the only time you'll ever see it with bare eyes. 3. My sky only dimmed a little. Why? Because 99% covered is still not 100. The stripe of true night was barely 100 kilometers wide. Most of us stood just outside it. Now, maybe you got clouds, maybe you got the wrong continent entirely. It stings. But here's the thing about the sky, it does reruns. Less than a year from now, August 2nd, 2027, the shadow comes back and Spain is in the path again. The full replay of Eclipse is linked below, and keep your Eclipse glasses somewhere safe. They've got one more job to do, because this wave isn't over. In 2 weeks, Thursday night, August 27th, the moon takes its turn. It slides into Earth's shadow, and instead of going dark, it turns red. No path this time, no glasses, just look up. On the way there, Tuesday, why there isn't an eclipse every single month. Saturday, the luckiest coincidence in the sky. And the Tuesday after, the blood moon guide. That's what we all just saw. Thank you for the questions, for riding the countdown with me, and for looking up with us. Subscribe so you don't miss the moon's turn. Tuesday, a new moon happens every month, so why doesn't this? See you on What and Why.